Howdy folks, today is Monday, April 18, 2022. I'm showing you the newel posts. That one there will be a false box that I'll be building. I'll talk about that in a minute. These are all solid cherry posts, these other four, and they range. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 boards on each one. They range anywhere from a high of 41 7/8 on that one to 41 3/8. I want them all to be the same height. So the first inclination would be to cut the taller ones down to equal the height of the shorter one. But you know, that's a big job because you'll never get this thing as straight on the top as it is now. So my plan, because I will be putting a cap on each of these newel posts, my plan is that one I think is 41 7/8. This one's 41 5/8. So the difference between 7/8 and 5/8 is 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to take and cut a 1/4 inch piece of plywood that'll equal this. Then that one will be 41 7/8, and this one is 41 3/8. So that's a 1/2 inch difference. So I'll take a 1/2 inch piece of plywood, cut it to equal this and to equal that, and I'll put tack and glue that on top, and it'll all get covered by my cap that I'll be making, as well as the corner pieces and the field that gets filled in. You won't even ever see the plywood, but what it will do is make everything the same height all the way around. Now this here, I'm building one of these boxes, and I have some cherry plywood that I had bought, and what I've done is cut it to size and cut a 3/4 inch piece on the front. So this one and this one, this will go on this side, this one will go over here, and it'll go up against the wall tight. It'll come out, you can see it's right there at this block that I'm touching with my palm. And then it will get nailed against this post that I've made, which is simply 2 2x4s cut down to a width so that this can wrap around them. I put this piece of plywood on, and I had to plane it down because I want it to be touching that piece, which will be the cover over these two pieces that I just showed you. The reason I have the plywood here is when I put my handrail on, I'm going to be coming in from the bottom into the newel posts, all the newel posts, and I want to make sure that I have plenty of wood to be able to hit when I use those 4 to 6 inch screws. I won't necessarily put any more of this lumber in down below because I just simply don't need it. I have plenty of nailing with this that goes all the way to the bottom. You can see I put in this piece, which is a piece of plywood at the bottom of the 2x4s, and I'll nail into that. So that's how I plan on building my newel post. The next thing that I'll be doing is I'll be wrapping these posts 4 corners with some, it turns out to be about 5/8 inch thick material. It's made of cherry. I've got an L. That'll go around it from top to bottom. That will cover the edges of the plywood that I'm using to get a uniform height. So tonight I'm hoping to get the cover, the 3 sides made, and then tomorrow we'll put in the corners of each of the newel posts, and then start drilling holes in the floor. You can see I have this, I showed you this in a previous video. I made this little template so that I know exactly where to drill the holes for my spindles. And at the bottom of every square spindle, I'll have a 1/2-inch dowel. This is just a place marker. I'll pull this out, and then the 1/2-inch dowel at the bottom of each spindle will go in there. And on the top of the spindle, I'll have a board that goes in between each of the newel posts. It'll be screwed into the top of each spindle. So with that approach, I should get a nice vertical on each of the spindles. Now here I think there's, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 12 spindles. There's probably 12 over here. There's probably 8 there and 8 there. Which actually I think will come to 38 spindles, and I have 39 built. So that's where we are on getting prepared to build out the entire staircase. Thanks for following the progress.